Konnichiwa. How many of you guys here watch anime? All right. So you do recognize the character that I am portraying today? Yes, it's Maki Zenin from Jujutsu Kaisen. So I've been a cosplayer for over like 15 years now. And yeah, I've come here to talk about how cosplay, relates to discovering yourself, gives you a lot more confidence in life, and how you can navigate the world of cosplay and what it can add to your life as it did to mine. Yeah. So I was, believe it or not, did all my schooling in Trichy. So I've come from a very small town, and it's really proud. I feel really proud to come here and represent where I studied, and then I get to deliver a speech, inspiring a lot of young minds over here. So yeah, cosplay, believe it or not, led to this moment, and I'm very proud of having pursued this passion for a long time. So, those of you who may not know what cosplay is, right? It's a very unique art form wherein most of the times when I just explain to older people, right, I just tell them that it's just fancy dress because they don't understand what it embodies. It's not just like, dressing up as your favorite character or as a superhero. It's about the channeling of the energy, the kind of power that it gives you. It really empowers you guys because if you're portraying a character, you obviously like something about the character, right? It be it their courage, be it their resilience, their humor, their vulnerability, anything. It could be any part of the character that you like. And then you come here and you represent that character proudly, then you might discover something in yourself that really relates to it more. And as anime fans, you might have already experienced this while watching anime, that you always root for the character that you relate to the most and you want them to win. And it's all about, taking you through the journey of it. So cosplay for me started a long time back when it wasn't that much popular in India. It was relatively new. People didn't know what it was. Like I said, people only understood the fancy dressing part of the entire thing. And then as it moved on, if you've ever attended any of the Comic Cons, you could have understood the importance of cosplay and how it would change, the view of, I don't know, Indians about cosplay and anime. Because when it started, it wasn't really, there weren't many people who were doing it. Most of them were just doing it for fun. And then once it started evolving and once opportunities started opening up, right? So people started exploring in this art a lot more. And you might think that it's very simple. I can just wear a dress and call myself a Superman. It doesn't work like that. I see a lot of people who put in so much effort to learn a lot of skills related to this. You have to learn how to stitch. So basically, anything and everything that's being done in a movie, you will have to do it yourself. So be it stitching or like even some carpentry work, like you could make swords with wood. I myself made this with repainting. So like it involves a lot more, on a higher level, it could almost involve like robotics and modeling, 3D modeling itself. Like these days, cosplayers are more mainstream, so they're even doing, sets for Tron. So recently, the movie Tron got released, and they did a premiere in Mumbai, and a cosplay team has made the entire the Tron bike fully lit up and all of that, giving them the step into fantasy. So we all think that it's all a fantasy world. There are people out there who are bringing this to reality. And it takes a lot of courage to do that because it's very unconventional, right? It's not something that people would really want to do. People would think of it as silly, really. Honestly, when you start, it's very silly. Because when you start, you're not going to be a pro at it. You're going to do something very basic. You're going to do something that's like, within your closet, within your reach. Maybe if you're a One Piece fan, everybody would want to be like Luffy or Nami or something very simple like that. Yeah. And when you do that, people think that you're doing something silly and like very childish. But to be honest, in this era, right? In this world where there's so many serious things in life, we really do need a little bit of silly in ourselves. And I would highly suggest all of you to give it a try, because like I said, in this journey of cosplay, you will end up discovering a lot of different skills, a lot of different um, things about yourself that you might never do in a normal life. Like you might just go to your job, do your 9 to 5, come back, you know, do whatever you want. Like if you are into games, you play games. If you watch anime, you watch anime, and then that's it. But cosplay is something that will make you go out of your comfort zone, put yourself out there, and actually, make something, like, because in the end of the day, you're going to wear something that you've made from scratch. And believe me, when you just like wear something that you've made it, and even if it's something very basic and not so pro level, when you wear it and then someone recognizes the character and they love the character just as much as you do, and then just approach you and have a conversation with you, that feeling is just phenomenal. Like you'll feel like you've accomplished the biggest, the most hardest thing in your life ever. And when I started cosplaying, in fact, I my first costume was very like simple. If you've known like Videl from Dragon Ball, you'll know she's like very simple costume. So I wore it to a con, thinking like I was very nervous, like people not recognize me. It's not even a cosplay. I'm just like everybody else, like normally dressed. Nobody will recognize me. But a lot of people who actually are diehard fans of Dragon Ball came and said hello, and they actually appreciated the effort that I took, whatever little effort that I took for wearing that costume, and like embodying the character and posing as the character. And a lot of you guys, when I was posing outside as well, right, were excited to hold the katana and do some like superpower poses and all of that. It really encourages the kind of silliness or like the inherent child in us, and in that way also gives us a lot of confidence, right? Whenever when I started, it was like I was very introverted. I was a gamer, I was an anime nerd. So when I was in school, nobody related to me because nobody used to watch anime back then. Nowadays it's very, I'm glad it's very common. But it was a little bit of a struggle to make people understand the difference between, what's anime, what's cartoon. It's just childish stuff, you're just watching this. Oh, what is this? So yeah, I don't generally tell people that I even watch anime or I play games. But now I'm really proud of doing all that. And really cosplaying helped me open up to an entire new world. And then I go to cons, I go to events, and I meet people who are also starting, and they're also asking me a lot of questions. Where do I do get this, where do I do that, like how did you make this? It's a exchange of ideas, it's exchange of passion. It's truly an unbelievable thing. And in terms of even opportunities, funnily enough, cosplaying actually made me land the current job that I'm in. So I'm into esports. It's a very, again, very niche, very unique kind of thing. Not many people know about it. But yeah, we esports has developed, especially because of BGMI, you might all know, and it's become a large scale event that government has also recognized it and released a lot of regulations around it recently. And we're also hosting the Chief Minister Trophy right now in Chennai. Our team is hosting it, and then we'll be having a Chennai esports competition as well. So yeah, cosplay did make me land this once in a lifetime opportunity of working in esports. So yeah, you may never know how and when and what kind of things that you might discover in picking up this. Especially if you're like, you watch anime, you love certain characters and the characteristics, and you really want to channel the kind of energy inside of you. Really, something that you should consider doing, even if it is for fun, even if it is, it's not something that you're going to pursue for a long time. Just go out there, put yourself out there, and experience it. I would definitely say, like, you're missing out if you're not cosplaying, even if it's just like for the fun, something that you just made up. Last Comic Con in Chennai, right, there were a couple of people who just came in as GTA characters, just wearing t-shirts and like walking around with that swag. it was so fun to watch them. They were like a group of like 5, 6 people just like rolling around in like GTA and just had this plastic guns, and they're like, hey, it's so fun. So you should definitely try it. Have this bit of silliness in you, and of course, it will lead to a lot of confidence, because in the end of the day, doing something that's so unconventional, that's so out of the box, does take a lot of courage. And thus, like, if you've ever asked me, would I have ever been here talking to a lot of people in front of all this crowd? I probably would have said no when I was in college, because I was never cosplaying then. But now, and I'm also, if as just me, I might not end up being, confident enough to come up on stage. But now I'm Maki. And Maki wouldn't step back. She would always step up to the challenge, and she'll always have her juniors back and teach them good values. And that's what I'm here for. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity in reaching out. And if you guys plan to start cosplay, have questions, I would be happy to help you out, because cosplay is all about community in the end. Thank you, guys.